Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into this completely fascinating shift in the global tech landscape. For years, the whole AI race was built on this one very simple assumption. You absolutely must have the fastest, most advanced American chips to win. But, well, what happens when access to that hardware gets heavily restricted? Today, we're going to look at how DeepSeek V4 is literally upending that entire logic.
Right off the bat, let's plunge straight into our core mystery here. What if winning the AI race doesn't actually require the absolute fastest hardware? Now, I know that sounds super counterintuitive, right? But we're going to explore how a massive hardware blockade might actually be bypassed. And we're not talking about miraculously building a faster chip overnight. Now, it's about fundamentally redesigning the software that runs on the chips you already have.
Section 1. The AI hardware wall, blockades and bottlenecks. To really grasp how we got here, we've got to look at the geopolitical reality presented in our sources. The U.S. strategy was pretty straightforward. Cut China off from top-tier NVIDIA chips, like the highly coveted H200, to permanently bottleneck their AI progress. The thinking was that limiting access to the best hardware would definitely slow down those AI models and basically keep the absolute frontier out of reach. And the stakes here? They're incredibly high. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang actually called this exact scenario a horrible outcome for the United States. His fear is that if a company successfully optimizes its models on domestic chips, AI could just begin diffusing globally through a tech stack that isn't American anymore.
Moving on to Section 2, Software over Raw Speed, the V4 Strategy.
So instead of trying to match NVIDIA's brute hardware dominance chip for chip, DeepSeek did something really interesting. They specifically adapted their software to run natively on domestic Huawei hardware, basically making the absolute most out of what they have. Look at these core upgrades in the V4 preview. The real standout here is this massive 1 million token context window. For the developers out there, this means instead of the AI just remembering, say, brief chat, it can literally hold entire code bases, massive legal records, or thick research binders in its memory all at once. It makes it exceptionally good for those really complex, multi-step AI agent workflows.
The secret sauce to all this performance? It's actually deliberate restraint. Check out the breakdown for DeepSeek V4 Pro and the smaller V4 Flash. Notice the really stark, intentional gap between the total parameters and the activated parameters for V4 Pro. It's got a staggering 1.6 trillion total parameters, right? But it only turns on or activates 49 billion at any one time.
Section 3. The Library Search Analogy, Redesigning Compute.
See, when your hardware is restricted, clever software suddenly matters way more than raw chip speed. They manage this massive efficiency using what they call a hybrid attention architecture. Our source material notes that V4 combines compressed sparse attention and heavily compressed attention. So instead of just brute forcing the computations, this software is deliberately designed to filter out the noise. It just stops wasting power processing every single piece of information equally. The result? The chip doesn't have to work nearly as hard.
Okay, let me explain this using this really fantastic analogy straight from our sources. It perfectly contrasts these two methods. Think of standard brute force processing like searching a massive library by turning on every single light, opening every single shelf, and scanning every single book, just to find one fact. It wastes an absurd amount of energy. But the DeepSeek approach, it's like sending workers only into the specific rooms that actually matter, while compressing the rest of the library into a smaller, easy-to-read map. This targeted worker approach is exactly how you outsmart a hardware bottleneck.
And honestly, the results of this software efficiency are just staggering. At a 1 million token context length, DeepSeek says V4 Pro needs only 27% of the logical operations per second, which is basically the raw math the computer has to do, compared to their previous V3.2 model. They're doing significantly more work with significantly less processing power.
And it gets better. Incredibly, the model only requires 10% of the KV cache, which acts as the AI's short-term working memory compared to its predecessor. These are hard numbers proving that by redesigning compute and focusing so intensely on the software side, DeepSeek is squeezing massive, frontier-level capabilities out of limited, inherently weaker hardware.
Section 4. Shifting the tech grid, a new center of gravity.
So even though Huawei's Ascend 950 PR chips do trail behind NVIDIA's absolute best, DeepSeek's software efficiency makes them completely viable. And it's amazing how fast an industry can pivot. As soon as DeepSeek proved this highly efficient software actually worked, massive Chinese tech giants like ByteDance, Tencent, and Alibaba rushed to secure that exact Huawei hardware. We're watching a completely new domestic AI ecosystem form right before our eyes.
To feed this sudden surging demand,
Huawei reportedly aims to ship an eye-watering 750,000 of these Ascend units in 2026. Now yes, they still face advanced chip-making constraints, but a number this massive proves we're moving way beyond a single model's success. We are looking at the mass deployment of national infrastructure.
It really is like an entire city rewiring itself to a brand new power grid. Huawei is no longer just a backup plan or some temporary workaround for a blocked country. It's actively becoming the new foundational power grid for Chinese AI infrastructure. As more banks, hospitals, and tech firms wire into it, that dependency permanently shifts.
Section 5. A new AI ecosystem, spreading the tech.
DeepSeek isn't just proving a concept here, they are actively accelerating this shift. They're aggressively disrupting pricing to lock in developers and spread the technology as fast as possible. For instance, they launched V4 Pro with a massive 75% developer discount. They slashed input cache hit prices to just 1/10 of the original cost. By dropping prices this drastically, AI ceases to be a luxury product for massive corporations. It becomes cheap underlying infrastructure for startups, coding tools, and enterprise software.
So, the crucial point we're arriving at, based on the source material, is the emergence of two parallel worlds. We are literally watching the geopolitical tech world fracture into two entirely separate self-sustaining ecosystems. World A runs on NVIDIA CUDA, American cloud infrastructure, and closed frontier models. But World B? It is rapidly forming around Huawei chips, Chinese cloud platforms, incredibly cheap APIs, and open models.
Which leaves us with this final, really lingering thought to close out today's explainer. Did the chip blockade accidentally create the exact independent AI frontier it was meant to prevent? By restricting access to the absolute fastest hardware, it forced a massive pivot towards software optimization, a pivot that may have permanently altered global technology dependence. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll leave you to think on that.